Yo, what is up? Lee Senpai Vivo here. There's a lot of things that I wanted to discuss in this Content Cop episode, right? The keyword is hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy.
Let's look up the definition of hypocrisy, right? Hypocrisy is the act of professing beliefs, standards, or rituals one does not actually hold or practice, often involving criticizing others for behaviors one engages in themselves. Alright? I like to discuss a video. I want to make everyone know that I'm going to be breaking down this video down to the nitty gritty. Everything is commentary, so if anyone wants a DMC copyright takedown or whatever, then they'll have to see me at court because I am within my legal rights to actually do so. So, let's see it, shall we? Or in this video itself, Lexi Neptune, the COO of Skull and Bones, literally wanted me to get on a call. I actually told her if we can discuss it over call and everything. So she was asking, is the video necessary? The reason why you were dropped because they reacted to your song instead of talking to Dreams about it. You changed your name to not promoting Skull and Bones. So, like, it says so, like, right there. So, for her to say that, right, she's saying as in a way of me not being professional, alright? But, I'd like to take a look at another video, shall we, before we even play it. Alright, Skull and Bones Underground, right?
We ain't gotta talk about that.
Your ass is like, you literally was twerking on live, bro. Like,
okay, so this guy right here, he says that I'm not professional. All right,
what you mean. I don't twerk.
That's him up here.
Bro, I was not no head down, ass up. Bro, I was just.
Yeah, okay. If you want me to be professional, right? What is that? Literally, you're the CEO of Skull and Bones, and your wife or girlfriend is part of Skull and Bones, right? So what is that to everyone in this video? This guy says I'm not professional, but he has every right to be unprofessional, right? I mean, it's kind of hypocritical, you know?
Just tooted and
Alright, so there's another video.
what the fuck?
Not funny.
See? He acts like a child, you know? A child in an adult man's body. Speaking of child, he has minors because this is they say that they are now officially a LLC company. So this guy right here is having minors work for him for no money whatsoever. For him being 25 years old, someone needs to get him on the FBI watch list because the FBI want to know what's going on in his computer. Because there may be some weird shit going on in his shit right now. Because of him having minors. Okay, so the guy that you saw, right?
We ain't gotta talk about that.
This guy right here is a minor, right? I was a Skull and Bones associate too. And I'm a minor too. I am 17 years old. So for him to say that he's professional is kind of hypocritical at this point. For him to have minors and don't pay your employees. So, yeah, you're probably gonna have the FBI on your ass right now. This guy right here, I don't know. I mean, he does look kind of hella sus, you know? He may be the next Diddy. He may be the next EDP. You never know. But I feel like the FBI needs to go check through his hard drives. Alright, let's get on with the original video that we were initially going to go in.
I hear you.
Okay, so look, I'm only dropping this video only because of the certain factor that the toxic behavior from Dreams was really uncalled for. Okay, speaking of toxic behavior, oh boy. So the toxic behavior that I'm referring to, I make music for a living, right? I make music for a living. When I'm promoting my stuff and Song Wars, right? His stuff, like his behavior towards me, taking shots at me, taking jabs at me, at me. He puts down my music just to get a reaction, you know? And it's kind of uncalled for when you're serious about your songs. He's basically a troll at this point, you know? He's trolling to the point where he wants to rage bait you. The fact that if he's doing a good job at rage baiting, but the fact is it's uncalled for because of quote professionalism, you know? So like, okay, put in a scenario, right? He has the audacity to talk shit about my song and literally said to me, and I will quote him. And this is where I quote the shit out of him too. He could not deny that shit either. I will legit quote him. I said, I may consider leaving the team. He says, okay. He says, I'm not going to force you to stay, but we're sharks here.
Finish a survey term of 2 years on there.
This is the whole COA allegations all over again. You know, he's biased towards like mainstreamers who are barely pulling numbers. Like he's a passenger princess when it comes to like little small streamers or like content creators like musicians and shit like that. But he's like bending over backwards, taking in the ass for everyone who's pulling big numbers because he knows that he can get sucked in with their views, you know, try to get them lured in, you know. So I call that very very sus if you catch my drift. And I will literally send you this. I will send you the screenshot.
Okay. So what's wrong with that sentence exactly?
So
Because, I mean, I heard that you're making your music out of AI, which we don't even do here as Golden Bow.
okay, so allegations are very bad for business, you know what I'm saying? Allegations will be bad for business. I don't do AI. I've told Dreams many times I don't do AI. I'm against people who use AI. But when you're someone who is in the industry for more than 6 years, like I've been, you know that AI will ruin your reputation as an actual artist. Because anyone can say, oh, I do AI, I make songs and shit like that. No, you don't, dude. You are just someone who uses AI for your advantage, for your gain, you know? That's something that I don't do. And the fact that she's trying to point that out and try to get me throw that allegation towards me is unfathomable and very what's that word? Defamation. It's very defamed. You're defaming my name, and the fact is you can't prove that fact either.
I don't know why I wasn't told about that.
Well, I've already discussed it with I already told Dreams that everything I've done with my music is not AI. And like I had okay, so y'all had Teo on the team. Teo was like
Think so?
no, Teo or Carryu. But he was part of the team and everything. But when he's done Song Wars, he's always had me do an AI checker because yeah, and that is actually true. I actually have multiple chats with Carryu about this situation. I've always shown him when I'm doing Song Wars, I have to go through AI checker to prove that the allegations were false. But the whole AI allegations. So I've always like I will legit show you all of my songs that everything has been quoted not AI through Carryu.
Can you show me your stems?
I don't have them. They're at the music. My producer has them, but he's not really
Can you have
answering.
your producers and stems?
Yeah, I'll ask him. This is so all. Here, let me just get to the part. Okay, so I did Need for Speed. That's human made. I had to go through an AI checker. Pull up in a ride, chopped and screwed. That was mine. Then, like every single one I've done with this guy, so I proved her wrong. All right, I proved her wrong 2 times already. I was gonna show her more, but you got Dreams about to come in and start crying like a little bitch boy. I've always had to do AI checkers.
Mm-hmm.
If I can actually.
Okay. So my question is instead of talking to Dreams about
Well, here's the thing
what
though.
happened,
He's blocked me on everything. So the grounds of
yeah,
me.
because of what you did, you
Okay,
disrespected all of Skull and Bones by doing that.
disrespected Skull and Bones. Hey, newsflash, bitch. Freedom of speech. All right. Newsflash, motherfucker. Freedom of press. I can express oneself, you fucking retard.
In a stream that has over 200 people in it.
Oh, okay. You think 200 people give a fucking shit about you? No, they don't. You're just another fuckable meat. All right? You're just another fuckable meat that your husband or boyfriend only cares about you. All right? So, you're people are going to white knight you to the day you fucking die, Lexi. All right? You're not special. You're just a pick me, all right? So he has the audacity to like disrespect me and my stream. Yeah. Okay, the hypocrisy is real. She says, "Oh, you're disrespecting the fucking Skull and Bones business." But bitch, he's the one that disrespected me. I have every right to do so. All right? But I can't disrespect him and his
Okay,
stream.
look at this from a business perspective.
There is no business respective. If the business owner disrespects another person's trust and projects they do, it's the business perspective is already out the window, you fucking moron.
I mean, you came into a Song Wars expecting to have your music reviewed. If you did not like that review, you should have stated that instead of being like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna match energy." Because
Okay, when she's saying like this, right? So I'm gonna get to the point where the song wars that she's talking about, the song wars that I got disrespected on. Okay, I was going against a motherfucker who was already pulling numbers, had more numbers than me. I only had 2,500 plus listeners, right? Monthly listeners. But this motherfucker that I was going against had 300,000 listeners, monthly listeners. You're basically saying that I'm still in the wrong, that I'm supposed to get down on my knees and dick suck them every single time that I get fucked over by someone who has more viewers than me. Everyone is going to be glazing over the person who has more followers than the person who doesn't, you know? That's like me going against Lil Wayne right now. I'm not gonna win. People know the motherfucker. Alright? No disrespect towards Lil Wayne. I respect him and I don't want no beef with him. I'm just saying, is the anatomy is crazy. The anomaly is fucking crazy, woman.
you feel like you got disrespected. If
Well, I
you
mean,
go to even here's the thing: is he said
and of course, the woman never lets me talk. She's the one that continues to talk and tries to talk over me, and the fact that I could never get a word in trying to explain my case. So it's her fault, you know?
that if he song is bad, he's going to sit there and tell people, even if he's close with them, that the shit is ass.
He never said shit to me. He just says it was ass and never said anything after that. So for her to even say that is crazy. He never once said that my shit was ass, that it could have been better this way, could have done this way, that way, all this. He never once said, you know?
But like, no
Yeah,
one
but
really
here's the
takes
thing.
offense to it.
But here's the thing, though. He played the whole, like I mentioned before, like I told you that day. He played the whole song from that guy that was ass. but he only played 1/4 of my song, and I have the live stream for it to prove that. And I will link that fucking stream once I find it in the description so you can see it for yourself.
Hey, subjectively, that song that I played was dog shit. You had good music, but that song that I played was.
And he has to step in to point out that he tries to get a word in and try to get the last word, you know?
Dog shit. Like, bro, I couldn't listen to that. And I've done that to other people. You're not the only person that I've done that to.
But this is a whole
And
this is a whole
respectfully,
COA allegation all over again. Exactly.
a whole COA allegation? What are you talking about?
The whole bias situation, like you only played like a
That's
certain
not being
snippet,
biased, nigga. I don't like your song.
and of course he tries to act all tough while saying the N-word towards me when he knows that he can use the N-word card, the N-word pass, just to try to be intimidating. I was not backing down from this. He's doubling down by only saying the N-word, you know? Trying to have like a big dick and try to be like, oh, I have a bigger dick than you do by saying the N-word and not gonna be able to let you have a word in, you know? You didn't even hear the whole song. You didn't
to it, nigga.
even hear
Word
the
to
whole
it.
song. You didn't even hear the whole song.
Bro, I heard enough to.
The fact that I was cool, calm, and collective and he was crashing out kind of says something too as a business owner. You know what we call that? Dreams? Hypocritical. I hope you know that.
Know that I don't like that shit. That shit was ass.
Yeah, you might have heard like 1/4 of it, but yeah, there was like 5 beat switches.
Tell me that shit was straight dog shit. It sounded like AI. Bro, that shit was garbage,
He
bro.
was saying that he's been putting his songs through AI checkers and stuff
Look,
like that.
Okay, then why is
here,
404? Okay, then why is 404 telling me that he went to the actual you went to his studio and recorded a song?
The recording that he's talking about with 404, right? You know the fact, I guess Dreams, I guess you don't know the full picture, right? It was a timed fucking session, all right? There was no plugins involved. There was no voice changer. There's no like audio filters. There's nothing that I could have done, you know? The guy didn't have nothing set up. It was set up at his own house. You dumb fuck. So, for him to even be like that, saying that, oh, I sound the same and shit like that while I'm talking. Here. Oh, we'll just watch.
And showed me the song, bro, and it sounds like how you talk right now.
Exactly. You know there's got to be plugins, right? There's plugins to a song. It's not, the guy didn't have no plugins at all. Yes,
All
you
that
know
other shit doesn't
you know
sound
there's a
like you,
thing.
bro. Nah, get out my face with that shit, bro, because you're gonna piss me off.
Oh, baby's gonna cry. What a fundamental turn of events, you know? That is crazy. You know, he's gotta hide something, you know? He's hiding something to do with minors for him to even be associated with minors, too. So, I'm not saying he's a pedophile, I'm not saying he's a groomer, but I would strongly suggest calling the FBI and have this guy's hard drive looked at. You know? So, no, look, watch. The whole song that I've played was this song.
Oh my gosh,
It was
bro,
Five Finger
like
Death
I
Punch.
said, your song wasn't it. It wasn't it. We weren't playing. I wasn't playing the full song of that. I wasn't about to sit there and listen to the full song. That shit was trash.
Yeah, he says it's trash, but how I've been pulling numbers with that song on Spotify and Apple Music is on Apple Music. I gotten over, I think like over 3,000 views and streams of that song. So your song is trash. Your song is the definition of trash. All right. So don't even come at me like that. You know, you're the one that's kind of just like iffy about your situation. You know, you're the one that's losing this battle, dude.
But
No,
if you want to sit down and make a YouTube video about it, like,
Go ahead, bro.
oh yeah, I am making a YouTube video about it, and you just got this whole shit recorded too.
Bro, and let people know that I told you to your face that shit was trash.
I mean,
I'm
I don't care if you call it trash, but the fact is, you're not gonna disrespect me while I can't disrespect you. The hypocrisy is
okay,
real.
but how did he disrespect you? How did he? Hold on.
Well, no, cause see, he's stumbling in his own words. You can make out how he's stumbling in his own words. He's stupid, bro. He's a stupid fuck. He doesn't know anything about his situation. If I
How did he
can't if I can't
disrespect you by
say
telling
if
your
I
song
can't
is
say
ass?
to an actual person, if I can't say to an actual person, oh, their shit is trash, but yet I get
You
kicked off the
can't.
team.
You can tell anybody that their shit is ass. Nobody told you that you couldn't.
Bro,
But
every
yeah, and the
judge
fact that I got
every
kicked off the team for what
bro, that was
exactly?
Huh? You got kicked off the team for what the fuck you put as your name in our stream.
So not promoting Skull and Bones, I have every right to do so because I was never watch.
you didn't get kicked off the team for what you said, for what you were putting on a stream that had over 200 people. That's
Wow, 200 people. Congratulations. You got 200 views. Cool. No one actually cares. There's a bunch of streamers who pulls more fucking views and streamers. You're not the only one. You're not all that, dude. You're not all that, Lexi. Like, y'all guys a bunch of pick-me's, and the fact that y'all are trying to be desperate to try to compensate for the lack of people who are on your team who basically turn against you. The fact that when they decide to leave Skull and Bones, you turn your backs against them. All right, you turn your backs against the people you trust with your server. Anyone could have nuked your server. Anyone could have just been like, "Hey, let's fucking destroy the server from the inside," you know? But no, they put their trust in you, but yet you fuck them, you know? You fuck them right in the ass.
bad PR. You're representing a fucking brand at the end of the
When you're representing a company, you're signed on as a contract, right? As it with NDAs, with fucking contracts stating that you're going to be promoting them, all this. It may have, from what he's about to say, it may have been a verbal agreement, but the fact is, there's nothing that can prove otherwise. Even if you do take this to court, fucking dreams, the judge is going to rule against you. All right, there was no contract signed. That's not a legitimate business deal. That's like me asking you to pick cotton for me, and that's a verb like I'm gonna give you $500 per day, right? But the fact is, if I don't have that in writing and you take me to court for it, and there's no signage of like no proof of that being said, then you can't really say shit, you know?
day. And if
How?
you're
I'm
gonna
not
do
even
that,
signed up to this label. There is no label that I signed up to.
dang, you didn't sign a contract, but you
Oh, he just admitted it too. I didn't sign a contract, you know? So he is the one who is actually in the wrong at this time.
you still agreed verbally that you would work with the content team.
Okay, working with the content team is one thing. When it's a business, when it's a legitimate business, the content creator team needs to get paid. We have not received payment, buddy. That is bad publicity. That's a bad publicity stunt. And you are actually can go to jail for that. For not paying your employees.
Did we not? Because I do have the recording of that.
Okay. I mean, I may have agreed, but only to a
Okay
certain
then.
only to a
Okay
certain
then.
extent. Only to a certain
Okay,
extent.
you should have made that very clear.
It doesn't need to be clear. It's by law. All right? I can have child labor laws involved in this shit. All right? Child labor laws will actually prove you otherwise, Lexi. You don't need clarification. It's in the laws. You need to look that work hardship up.
And this is where it gets very unprofessional on your end because
unprofessional on my end. She's trying to pull the victim card, the most diabolical scheme to make herself look good in the eyes of public, while I be looked as the bad guy. See? You see how everything is coming together. The pieces of the puzzle are coming together.
You should have made that very clear. If you do not want to fuck with Skull and Bones, you should be like, I'm not fucking with Skull and Bones. You feel me? Okay, cool. You could have still attended the song wars or whatever, but you should have made that very clear instead of being like, oh yeah, I agree to this, this, that, and the third. What the fuck? Hold on.
Yeah, but it was verbal agreement, but not written agreement, and that's when he says that it's a
Verbal
legitimate
agreement. Dude,
business.
if it's
When
being recorded,
Bro,
if it's being recorded,
yes, it is, Lexi. Yes, it is. And the fact is, you got your 8 minutes of fame. All right. And the fact is, this fame, this quote fame that you're getting right now, is not looking good for you.
just because there wasn't a contract yet, doesn't mean you have the right to start bashing.
I can bash any company that I want to because I do not work for them. I can make publicity stunts them when I'm not working for them. Like I could say that Apple doesn't care for their employees, but that may be defamation. But the fact is, when you have some concrete proof that a company is not treating their employees, quote, employees right, I have every right to bash them, even if they take me to court. I can prove that shit.
Skull and Bones' names where you're quote unquote supposed to be representing.
exactly,
But
bro.
there's no NDA.
In our
There's no
fucking
NDA
server.
involved. There was no contract signed. So legit, everything was illegitimate and
Alright,
not.
fuck you. Okay, so
Oh, here we go. She's like, alright, fuck you. Ah, fuck you. The last 3 words of a defeated person. Oh boy. Yo, it's kind of funny and very hypocritical of her being professional at this job. And the fact is, you call this professional, I call this a statement of silence, you know? I call this a victory in my books, alright? So, yeah, good luck, Lexi. Good luck, Dreams. Have fun in your corner, in your pink castle.
Wait, no. If it's illegitimate gang, then you have no
Oh my gosh. He's stuttering like he's trying to get the last word in, you know?
right to be posting on Skull and Bones, and I'll cease and desist you if you keep playing with our name.
Cease and desist. I would love for him to actually try to write a cease and desist. I would love to see him do that. He's fucking with a minor, bro. He's fucking with a minor, bro. He's saying he's threatening a minor for that. And the fact that he has a minor on his team. He has a 15-year-old. He has a 15-year-old working for him and he gets no payment, bro. That person that person does not get any, and Hobbers right here is the one who is the 15-year-old.
Because we had a verbal agreement, and we have that in recording. Thank you. Have a good day. We'll take things the legal route if you want to keep pushing shit.
All right, cool. Let's do it. Yep, and they're the ones that hung up. They're the ones that hung up. Well then. So, there's really not much. Let the games begin. Let the games begin, guys. See? Very hypocritical on their part, you know?